So, Cluze, how have you been?
Uh, am I supposed to answer that honestly, or
Up to you, buddy. You're allowed to swear.
that is true? I am allowed
There's
to swear.
absolutely swearing on Monday Night Mundanity.
That's that's good because Chewy had a lot of it earlier, and it was so refreshing, so refreshing.
Yay, my swearing is refreshing.
Yes, so put that in your bio, buddy. Put that in your bio. I've been a mixed bag, like we all have. 2020's been complete crap,
It's
like
true.
absolutely complete crap. It's nice being off of school for a little while and mostly trying not to think about that. But a new semester's coming soon, and I'm not real looking forward to that. But
Are you doing in person again?
thankfully, no. So my university it is primarily high flex, which is the worst of both worlds, where the instructors have to be there, but the students can choose on any given day whether they're going to come to class or not. So you have to simul stream everything. But I've managed to rig most of my classes this semester so that they are online only. So I can teach from right here the
Nice.
Okay,
entire
so
time.
you're saying it's going to be a no pants professor situation.
It'll be a sweatpants professor situation,
Oh,
not no pants, because look, I make it a good rule of thumb to never go anywhere near a webcam while not wearing pants. Because
ah,
kilt,
hopefully the
actually,
days
that's
of Monday Night Magic are behind us.
that's a good point, Serene Chaos. I could wear a kilt, and I might do that, particularly since St. Patrick's Day will occur during. And I know that's Irish, not Scottish. Look, don't at me. I like kilts. Anyway, so yeah, I can do it from here. So on that subject, I bought a new chair. So I've got a new gaming chair sitting in it right now. It's a Secret Labs, if you know them. It's
Is
real.
it an actual gamer chair or is it just a chair that you game in?
It isn't. It is actually a gamer chair. Yes,
Like
it
a
is.
bucket seat and wings and back problems?
Yeah. It's got a adjustable lumbar support and all kinds of knobs and adjustments and things. It's really nice. It is the Secret Labs Titan. That's the one that I have, and it is way comfortable. Let me tell you.
Oh, good.
So very happy with that. It was not cheap, but I'm going to be in this chair for the next 4 months. So I figured,
Yeah.
let's do it. Because
I,
my old chair was a very cheap IKEA chair, and it was okay when I bought it new, like 5 years ago, and now it's just kind of, eh.
I
Holy
need to
shit.
replace my chair. Aside from it being squeaky as all hell, this is not a thing that I should spend more time in than my bed. But having been working remotely for more than a year, and then this also being where I sit to do computer stuff,
Yeah.
I really need to replace this chair. I just
See,
didn't want to buy one online. I want to actually sit in a thing first, and that's been harder
sure,
to do lately.
it has. But yeah,
Well,
the Secret Labs Titan, I'll give them a big thumbs up.
you
So
weren't
give
kidding
that a
when you
shot.
said it is not cheap. Holy shit.
Oh no, it is not cheap at all. Yeah. Uh,
Did you
I
get it
kind
on
of
the
feel.
Christmas sale at least?
I think this was ordered before. It was on a previous sale. It might have been in the Thanksgiving sale,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it's not cheap, but it's nice. It's very comfortable.
Like I'm
That's
I'm
good.
looking at it and like the base model is 459.
Yeah,
Currently on sale for 419.
Hey,
yeah,
Actually, I'm sorry. MSRP is 500. My bad.
oh man, you guys remember MSRP? Those are good
Oh.
times.
yeah. And then we stopped with those because something Watsy something. Um, and of course, Christmas just happened. I have incredibly mixed feelings about Christmas as a holiday. I think Thanksgiving is a better holiday than Christmas, just because I find the whole gift thing to be terribly, terribly stressful, like super duper stressful. So I don't like it.
I mean, it is
Um,
capitalist magic.
it is, of
Yeah,
course,
I've tried to get my family to stop giving me things. I've failed again.
same
But
here,
no
same
amount of
here.
me saying stop getting me stuff gets through. So now I've been trying to aim them at things like food because like I don't have space for this stuff.
Yeah,
I buy crap all the time anyway. I don't have space for even more crap. Like now I need to put this with all the Monopoly boxes.
You can build a fort out of the Monopoly boxes.
I probably could.
So
I got a new computer.
you did, and that was good. That was real good.
That's what I got for Christmas from.
I feel like if we ever get to the
Everybody.
point of like throwing things at politicians, I'm going to start with Monopoly boxes. I feel like
So you're
that's
going.
the most effective weapon.
So I was gonna say, so you're going to kill all of the politicians. I see.
I mean, at least a lot of them. My goal is to start with like the thimble as like the warning shot,
Uh-huh.
and then sort of upgrade to more pointy pieces.
Gotcha. So one of the big stresses for me on the whole Christmas thing is I never know what to get anyone. It's not that I don't want to get them anything. It's that I don't really know what I want, let alone what they want. So I have such terrible problems with that. But this year I finally came up with an idea of something to get my mom. Normally, we go and spend the holidays with our families. We couldn't do that this year. We couldn't be there. So back in November, I got this idea. I'm like, hey, here's a fun thing we could do. What if we made a Christmas album and sent it to my mother? And so my wife and I spent all of our free time from about Thanksgiving to about mid-December recording Christmas music on various instruments that we own. And I made and mixed an album and sent it to my mother, and she loved it. So
You
I
know,
felt
Cluze, you can't
really good
tell
about
us
that.
these things and not get
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not giving you any of that music.
Dude,
No. That's
my
not going to happen.
SoundCloud doth require it, and I don't even have a SoundCloud.
I was going to say your SoundCloud can require all at once, but I actually made an honest to God CD with
I need a
jewel
mixtape.
case and everything. Sent it through the actual mail.
I
And it got
have a CD
got there
player
in
in my
only-
car.
Got there in only 8 days. You
Cluze,
could have
I
walked
need
it
you to
there in that time.
broadcast this on AM radio so I can tune in and record it.
The best part is we broke out like all the instruments that we could. So there's of course a lot of ukuleles on it. It's primarily ukulele, but we also have bass, recorder. My wife played. Do you guys? And you may not remember this. You may be slightly too young, but Fisher Price makes a toy that is the pull along xylophone. And it's this little xylophone that if you pull it, its wheels turn and it's got little hammers underneath and it plays a little song.
Oh,
But
yeah,
you can
I remember that.
you can just hit it with a mallet to make. We used that
I
on
worked
one of the
on
songs.
a lot of things.
So
Like politicians.
Yeah.
yeah, sure does. Sure does. But I'm really proud with how the album turned out.
I'm
I think
I'm
it's-
really glad that you're finally embracing your musical talents, Cluze, and
I
I
think
look
it's great.
forward to when you share links with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, look. Okay. See, here's the thing. The vast majority of this music is copywritten, and I don't really want to deal with that.
We're not going to
Is what I
sell
wanna
it,
say.
Cluze. We're not going to post it to YouTube.
Right. Yeah. But if I post, someone's going to post it to YouTube, and that's not going to happen.
Well, then the person that posted it would be the problem, not you.
I don't think that's the way that the recording industry actually.
Okay,
works.
I'll tell you what, Cluze. You get to send me a ringtone that I will assign to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I could do that.
That should be sufficiently short that you're okay, and then it will be the Cluze sound for all of the times you never call me.
I will say that several of the tunes are like horribly overproduced, like multiple tracks, multiple takes, and I mean, we just stacked as much in there as we could just for funsies.
I mean, I've used the internet before. I understand.
So yeah,
I used to watch Smooth McGroove videos. I know how this works.
It was a good time.
It would be a Cluze tone. It's true.
It would in fact be a Cluze tone. Yes.
So that's what the Cluze tones were.
Yep.
It was foretold like 8 years ago.
I also gained a bit of a newfound respect for
Jesus.
trying to make such a thing because my God, did it take forever.
Yeah. Sound production is serious.
It is.
And you reminded me of this when you mentioned the mallets. Did either of you get to see Animaniacs yet?
Not yet.
No.
It's good.
Not yet.
New Animaniacs is really good. It's amazing, actually.
That is what I hear.
It is way better than it has any right to be.
No, that's a lie. I'm sorry. When the last episode of Thundercats ended, Animaniacs was next up on my watch list or whatever it's called on Hulu, and I
Yeah.
did get about a second and a half of whatever plays first before I finally was like, "Damn it, no, stop, fuck." So
Yeah. But yeah, the new Hulu Animaniacs is great. So fun times.
I heard that from somebody, but now I forget who.
It might have been me.
No,
I know that Movie Bob did a review of it, and I think he actually said that it was much better than it had any right to be.
That's fair. I think I just appreciate the fact that Animaniacs is the kind of thing that can be updated to now with perfect execution. And it was. So, well done all around. I laughed a lot.
Okay, that was weird.
We discovered an oatmeal cream pie.
I went to put the oatmeal cream pie in my in my mouth, and as I moved
That's where it goes. Yes.
yeah, as I moved it towards me, I thought I saw like a hair sticking up out of it, and I went, "What?" And I looked, and now it's not there. So I think I was seeing a reflection of something. Oh, hang on, let me adjust my vision here. Oh yeah, it was a reflection of the edge. No, what is that?
Wait, the guitarist?
What?
Are
No,
you
the wrestler.
carrying a browser and a
It was a reflection of the edge of the mic stand. The light hitting the edge of the mic stand makes a vertical line, and my eyes just happened to focus just right for that to be right there. Okay.
Well, I for one am glad you weren't just cut in half by a samurai and just seeing the line now, because that's not good for you.
There's another anime
No,
trope
definitely
that
not.
people don't like.
It's true.
Why does Hulu, when you finish a series, just keep playing into the next series? Like, that pisses me off.
Well, it's either that or, they'd have to go the Netflix route, which is where they routinely stop to ask you if you're still watching.
Well, Netflix is not ad driven.
Pretty sure Hulu
Hulu
does
is
that.
getting ad shows if they let things continue streaming after you fall asleep.
It's an excellent point from the
Yeah.
ad guy.
Hulu
But
is
look,
all
I
about
don't pay for Hulu as it is. It comes through my cell phone.
Well, they're paying to
They're
advertise.
like, you have Sprint? Okay, you got Hulu. And I went, okay, I got Hulu.
I got Hulu on Black Friday sale in 2019 for like a year. I never watched it, so I just stopped it. I just am like, well, I didn't watch this even once, so I turned it off because I have all the other streaming services in the world.
I didn't for a very long time, and then I used it to watch when I did my X-Files rewatch a couple years ago. I used it for that, and now it's a regular thing that I watch.
I have a lot of streaming services and need to have less of them, but I appreciate the fact that because so many other things are running through the HBO Max thing now, I'm sort of making the decision of like, do I kill my Crunchyroll because I get it through another service? Do I not? Because like my Crunchyroll actually has my progress in like 50 shows.
Like, sounds like you.
Do I want to figure this out? Do I want to like sit down and just like write down where I'm at in a whole bunch of things? Because that would probably be cheaper. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Like my Crunchyroll viewing history is complicated because I watch some shows that are interconnected and therefore I'm watching them in chronological order. So I'm jumping back and forth between 3 different shows to keep up with things. And that's a pain.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that like
didn't somebody
trying to
just buy
watch-
Crunchyroll? And the answer is Sony.
That sounds right.
So is that like trying to watch the WB superhero
It's kinda
shows?
like that. Yeah, so one of the things that I'm watching anime wise and something I've been on for a little bit, it's a series that's based on light novels, but rather than just animating the content of the light novels, they did a series of shows following different characters for events that are happening at the same time. and they're constantly crossing over between the different pieces. So I'm trying to watch it in chronological order, which is a mess because you can do it and you can tell what's going on and it works, but you kind of have to do it with a watch list because you'll get like an entire season of one show between 2 episodes of another one. Or you'll be like 3 to 6 and then 4 to 5, then 7 to 12 and then 6. And this is not necessary, but it's just me because I'm fascinated in the little background events that make sense. Like you see smoke in the distance, and in the other show, someone just blew something up, and then you find out what they blew up when you jump to the other one, and that's just neat to me.
So it's like the original cut of the final season of Arrested Development. Before they redid it,
but, like not bad.
Well, no, not the quality, just the way that originally it was following one character, and you'd see random shit in the background and be like, "The hell is that?" And then later you'd go to another person's character and see it and go, "Oh."
I think it's more like in comic books where you pick up a different magazine you pick up a different comic book that's also in New York, and like you hear the police band radio in the background. They're like, "Oh yeah," and then this is going on. They're like, "Oh okay," because it's not like we're actively hiding things that you don't understand until you watch the other one. It's not like a conscious thing. It just happens to be in the same setting. And so just things like that are neat for me. But yeah. So the way that I watch anime is weird and dumb, but I'm enjoying it.
Hey, as long as you're enjoying it.
Yeah. That's why I've never tried to watch any of the WB superhero shows at this point, because I would need a watch guide, and that sounds like a damn nightmare.
Yeah, like watching them as they came out made it a lot easier, obviously, because I just kept up with it week to week. They haven't come back from COVID yet, so at least they didn't actually get to finish like 3 of them last season.
Whoops.
They had finales, but they obviously didn't resolve their plot points because they had like 2 more episodes each before they couldn't film more. So that was kind of weird. But I'm looking forward to when they come back. And like I haven't seen all the streaming ones in the same universe either, so I don't know.
Fair enough. I see ads for it all over everywhere. It's like, hey, you should watch Stargirl. And then over here, it's like, hey, you should watch Supergirl. And then over here, it's like, you watch Green Arrow yet? And I'm going, who pays for this crap?
Yeah. I will make a note, like looking at the chat now. My Hero Academia is kind of kid-friendly. Kind of. Some of the later story arcs are pretty dark and violent. So just the caveat there.
Amanda said her 10-year-old has watched it, so
yeah,
at least probably what's on Hulu anyway.
Yeah, like I mean, like there's death, there's some torture-y stuff, there's suffering and pain. There's a lot of that. I think kids can handle way more than we give them credit for. I just like to warn people before they start on that stuff in case the parents are uncomfortable with it, because like we were all traumatized children who watched things that were horrifying. We mostly survived it. We tend to forget that we survived all that stuff when we look at what we would give kids. But I think it's important that you know if they're going in that like, oh, this is the one where like the small child's bones are being harvested. Might want to know that in advance. It happens a lot. Like stuff like that happens.
You know, this is a thing that I think about every once in a while. When we were kids, especially people like our age, Bill.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we watched stuff that was fucked up.
It's true.
That was made for kids.
Yeah.
Like, I did the School of Movies episode on Return to Oz, which is really good. I love Return to Oz, but it's a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
And it's bleak. At the beginning especially, it's dark and depressing and awful, and you're like, damn. And
yeah,
like we can all point to like the swamp in Neverending Story.
Yeah, because Artax discovered exactly what it's like to drown.
Yeah. And like The Secret of Nim, was dark as hell.
Yeah.
And there's just so much stuff that I watched as a kid and loved. I loved all of these things that were just, buh. And kids they don't seem to make stuff like that for kids anymore.
Well, I think that when we were kids, we didn't really understand the severity of what we were watching. We just knew it was scary. And when adults see those things, they actually can. It's like the bit in Unico, the second one that I joked about earlier. As a kid, you're like, wow, that's really weird that they're building a house out of these people or a castle or whatever. As an adult, you're like, they're still alive. They're seeing and experiencing this. That is horrifying. But as a kid, you're like, oh, well, that's weird. Like, a lot of that's really strange. I don't think the kids fully grasp what's going on. But I also think that there's a lot of stuff that we watch now that's really dark and twisted that I wouldn't have expected to be shown to kids either, but we do. So, kind of weird.
Yeah, like Chifuji just brought up one thing that's true and one thing that's a lie. In the movies for Transformers and G.I. Joe, they totally killed Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And were surprised at the backlash. Because to them it was just marketing. It
was a way to sell Rodimus Prime.
Yeah, like they didn't realize that they did such a good job with
Prime.
Do what?
I said nobody liked Rodimus Prime.
No, they didn't. But like they did such a great job of making Optimus Prime a character that people wanted to buy the toy of that they didn't take into account that people loved Optimus Prime and watching him die would scar them for fucking life.
Yeah.
And you do Mandela effect. Remember, Duke didn't get killed. Duke was gonna get killed, but because of the backlash to Optimus Prime, they changed the line at the end, and the line when it happened, where instead of him dying, Scarlet or Lady J said he's gone into a coma, and then at the very end, after all of the celebrations, someone goes, "Hey, I just heard Duke's gonna be A-OK," and everyone goes, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Except they were already going, "Yay!" So you could tell that was added in. But yeah, he did not die because they learned from Optimus Prime not to kill the main character because that shit scares people. Cobra Commander did get mad. He got turned into a snake.
He did. He was once a man.
He was once a man.
Yeah.
How come no one cared when Starscream died? It was only when Optimus or like Prowl. That shot of Prowl dying where his eyes go blank and fire comes out of his mouth.
Comes out of his mouth. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Look, I wasn't really a Transformers kid. I was more of a Ninja Turtles and then X-Men, Spider-Man, Power Rangers kid.
You were less than meets the eye?
I was about what met the eye.
Okay.
But even I remember as a kid watching the live action
Roadblock. Pinball Witch, it was Roadblock. I'm sorry.
Wait, was it Roadblock or was it Gung Ho? I get those two confused because of the name.
It was Roadblock, yeah.
Okay, so Gung Ho was the white dude with the hat.
Roadblock was the one who only spoke in rhymes for some reason.
Yeah, I only need to hear to fracture your ear.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I distinctly remember as a child watching the live action Ninja Turtles movie. And one, being surprised that Raphael got to swear.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn. Two, seeing the way that Raphael got the crap kicked out of him and chucked through a building, which was pretty hardcore. But then the most important thing from all of this for me was prior to the sequel happening, Shredder totally died. Casey Jones killed him.
Murdered.
He was dead. He was murdered. He was crushed in a garbage truck.
Oops.
You saw blood coming out of it. Like, he was murdered. And like little kid me was like, my mind was blown by this. And then like 2 years later, they popped out the next movie where the turtles weren't even allowed to use their swords. And I'm like, oh, guess he's not dead. Never mind. But yeah.
Pinball Witch through 50 bets says, a Jose Canseco bet? Tell me you didn't pay money for this.
I love the first Ninja Turtles movie so
much. To play cricket, you gotta know where the crumpet is. The first movie is so good.
I appreciated that a lot. I appreciate that the first movie is based way more on the comic book than the cartoon, and it shows.
Damn.
uh, and then
Even
they
the
weren't allowed.
inflection of the way he says that.
Yeah.
Damn. It stuck with me all these years because it's like when Ultra Magnus said when he was trying to get the Matrix of Leadership and he goes, "Open. Damn it, open." And I was like,
What?
Yeah.
I was like, can he say it? I looked at Mom like, did she hear that? Okay, no, she didn't. Cool.
Yeah.
There's another one too in that movie where someone swears.
At the very beginning, Raphael swears in whisper. He just goes, "Damn."
Oh no, I meant in the Transformers the movie.
Oh, in Transformers, yeah.
Oh, when they detonate the moon that Unicron is eating, Spike goes, "Oh shit, he's not even dented." That's what it was. That's like an actual swear. Like, damn, you can get away with.
As opposed to like when all hell's breaking loose and whatnot.
There's that too. Yeah.
It's really weird the words we weren't allowed to say then versus what you can just hear on normal television now.
Oh yeah.
Right, the first time that I remember watching The Walking Dead with Scott, and we were like something was going on that we didn't care about, so we were only sort of paying attention. And someone said, shit. And Scott and I, both of our heads snapped towards the television like,
Yeah, I remember that.
Did he say shit on AMC? Scott went, I think he did. We're like,
yeah. I think after South Park, they realized they could do that. The one that gets me is watching magicians on Sci-Fi Channel and them saying "fuck."
really?
They drop F-bombs left and right. They do that now. It's just a thing that TV does. Like, the only words you can't say now are the ones that are inherently sexist or racist or whatnot. Like, all of the classification agnostic swear words are fair game.
Huh. Nice. Because bad words aren't actually bad.
Yeah.
I wonder if George Carlin would roll over in his grave or
Probably laugh about
if
it.
he would just be like, "Huh, this used to be my bit."
I'm pretty sure he'd give about fucking time.
I'm sure he would, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure George Carlin would also just classify the new words that you could say back then that you can't say now. Because there definitely are some. And they're mostly tied to, like I said, punching down at discriminated against groups.
Yeah.
Because those were said all the time in things that we watched as children, and it's really awkward to see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And,
when someone drops a more different F-bomb in like an 80s movie, and it's a kid, and you're like, and then you remember in the 80s, that was just a word that you used all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, oh, please don't say that. But back then, it was just another word that kids said, so...
Yeah, the R slur is used a lot in old movies.
Yes.
And 90s TV shows.
Oh, there we go. I was like, hang
Oh,
on,
yeah,
what's
that
the
comes up a
R
lot,
slur?
too. Yeah.
Took a minute. I was like, racist? That's not... No, hang on, wait. I went in a completely wrong direction.
Yeah.
Oh, and Batman said it. In one of the... In the infamous I'm the goddamn Batman
Right.
panel. Was that Frank Miller? It feels like Frank Miller.
It was Frank Miller, yeah. It was Frank
Yeah,
Miller
that's why.
with the worst rendition of Batman ever.